Hey guys, this video is about how to make our grip really strong for Jiu Jitsu. I'm going to talk about some simple strength and conditioning principles as well as demo some of my favorite ways that I use on a regular basis to keep my grip really strong.
Hey guys, we're here at CrossFit Tiger PAW. This is where I work. I'm a full-time CrossFit coach. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, most of you know that. I'm a professional MMA fighter, but I also have a Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Sports Science from Oregon State University. Today we're going to talk about how to make our grip really strong. There's a lot of exercises out there, there's a lot of videos of how to make my grip strong for Jiu-Jitsu or whatever, but we're going to talk a little bit about kind of the very simple science behind how do we actually get stronger, how do we get better, how do we improve. So I'm going to show you some kind of exercises and discuss kind of a principle. It's called the overload principle. We're going to talk about how that is going to make us stronger in every position on every part of our body, but today we're going to focus specifically on how do we strengthen our grip, which is going to help us in our Jiu-Jitsu.
Progressive overload, or the overload principle, really just means that I need to place greater than normal stress on my body in order to see, in this case, change in grip strength, increase in strength. This is a farmer's walk here. This is one of my favorites. We're going to talk about it here later. This is 225 pounds in each hand. If you really want to make your grip strong, you have to lift heavy weights like this. 225 pounds in each hand, so 450 pounds total, is going to put way more stress on my forearms and my grip muscles than Jiu-Jitsu would.
Hey guys, I still really haven't found a sport or activity that wouldn't benefit from strength and conditioning. A problem for a lot of athletes when they're doing strength and conditioning is they try to make their strength and their conditioning, but especially their strength, too specific to what they do, and then we're not getting the benefit of maximum weight or overload. So if I take something from any sport, if I take these really heavy weights and I have to adapt them so much to do something that would mimic a movement in the sport that I do, I'm taking away from that load, and it's not going to be as challenging or effective at making those strength gains. So we want to keep it, we want to be as specific as we can, but we don't want to be so specific that we lose weight, and we lose that true overload.
So this was the farmer's walk from earlier in the video. Again, this is 225 pounds in each hand. You'd be surprised how strong this is. Most people can pick up a much heavier weight than they would ever think if they do it right. So again, with the overload principle, I have to put as much stress on my body, in this case my forearms, as I can stand so that I can see change. If I can do this in the weight room, it will translate to the mat. So 225 pounds in each hand was really heavy, but I did have some room in the tank, so I chalked up and I tried 235 in each hand. When going for max weight for a short distance like this, sometimes standing the weight up off the ground is the hardest part. You'll see here that I'm walking as fast as I can. I have good posture, neutral spine. I will fail about 2 feet before my goal, which means I truly push it to the limit.
So let's talk technique for a farmer's walk. So as you saw, I'm using farmer's walk handles. These are specially designed for this exact purpose. Farmer's walk handles are going to keep the load a little bit higher, so I don't have to bend down quite as far. So if this was a regular barbell, the barbell would sit lower on my shin. These are up a little bit higher, which means I should be able to pick up more weight. So because it's a really heavy weight, we need to take great care when we pick it up and make sure that our spine is nice and neutral, our core is really tight. So when I set up on the handles, I'm going to find my grip. I'm going to bias them back about 1/4 inch from the center so that they tip forward a little bit. I want to make sure that I get my grip exactly where I want it. When I get set, I'm going to pull myself down to a good position, keeping shoulders up, chest up, and I want to try to use only my legs to lift this weight. So I'm going to pick it up one time. You'll see this is really heavy, so it may take me a second.
So farmer's walk handles are kind of a specialty item. They're not expensive by any means. It's just most places won't have them. So another good option for a farmer's carry would be to use dumbbells or kettlebells. The form is the exact same. You want to make sure that you line up on it correctly. The weights are as close to your body as you can, keeping again that back nice and flat. With kettlebells and dumbbells, you have to reach down lower to pick them up, so they will be weaker because you have to stand for longer. Just make sure you do a good job when you bend down to pick them up so that you don't hurt your back.
So we have to really think again about overloading the system, kind of pushing those limits. If I don't, again, have access to farmer's walk handles, which are perfect for this, I still want to try to pick up the heaviest weight I can safely lift and hold for that really strong grip. So again, if I go from a 235 pounds in each hand on a farmer's carry to 100 pounds in each hand with maybe a kettlebell or a dumbbell, that's not really maximizing my strength. But what I would tell you is, if you don't have access to tons and tons of weight, is do your heaviest weight you can safely for longer. So if I did 100-pound kettlebells, if that was the only weight that I had, I might do, you know, down and backs in the gym. Or if I can, I would maybe go outside on a nice day and do like a 400-meter loop, rest, and then repeat it. So we want to have strong grip. It's good to do short, very heavy efforts like the farmer's handles for the farmer's walks. We can also do longer efforts, still with a heavy weight, but if it's not a maximal weight, we can go for longer. We know that in Jiu Jitsu, we need to be able to maintain that squeeze. So going really heavy for short distances is really going to make you strong, but we can also do pretty good with a pretty heavy weight for longer.
This is a great one for people that can't climb the rope. This is called a rope lower. You go down and up under control. If you do enough of those, it will lead to a stronger grip for jiu-jitsu and a rope climb. Here's where we use the feet. Using the feet on a rope climb is very efficient, but it's still really hard. If you do enough, it's great. Legless rope climbs are, of course, very difficult. If you can do a legless rope climb, your grip is pretty strong, but it can always get stronger. Power swings are great, or Russian swings as most people call them. That's 100 pounds. That gets very taxing on the grip. I can do a static hold on the bar with a straight arm. I could hold my chin above the bar as well. I could do a controlled lower or a negative if I wanted. Strict pull-ups are great if you really want to overload the grip, though. Add weight to yourself or have a partner jump on your back. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. That was a longer video, but a lot of good information. I hope you guys learned something. As always, please follow me on social media at Ben_Egli. Thanks for watching. More videos to come.